Today I am with India Rush, and she is the owner of India Ink Tattoo Company right here in Akron. India, how are you today?
I'm excellent. Thank you for asking. And how are you?
I am good, thank you. All right, so tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into tattooing.
True story. I kind of fumbled my way into tattooing.
I hear you on that. I fumbled my way into what I'm doing right now.
That's amazing.
So I get it.
I want to say almost a decade ago, after I got divorced, my sister had suggested that I become a tattoo artist. And I thought she was a little crazy. But
right?
I've been drawing, since I was a kid.
Okay.
So, it was in line with that. But I still thought she was a little crazy.
Yeah. So you always had done art before?
I've always done art.
That's awesome.
I took a little hiatus after I graduated high school, and I didn't do it much, but I still loved it. And then all of a sudden, I found myself unemployed unexpectedly.
Right.
And I started looking for work. Yeah. I didn't want it to do something creative and to kind of lean into my skill set a little bit more. And I literally stumbled my way into a tattoo apprenticeship posting on LinkedIn. And I was like, I started making some phone calls because it kind of piqued my interest. And hearing my sister's voice in the back of my head, I was like, maybe she was onto something. And, a few phone calls later, I landed an apprenticeship, and here we are.
And here you are. So now you actually run your own place.
I do.
And do you do specific kinds of tattoos? Do you do a little bit of everything? Tell me about your style.
I do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
As a kind of new tattoo artist, I'm still sort of developing like what my niche is, but my primary focus is on realism. So I love doing portraits is like one of my favorite things to do, like hyper-realistic portraits, hyper-realistic tattooing, anything that looks exactly like,
And you're really good at it. I've seen your work.
Thank
it's
you
really
very much.
beautiful, and you really are a true artist. And tattoo artists have to be, because they are literally putting art on someone's body for their life. And so I'm grateful that you're good at it.
Thank you very much.
And so if somebody wants to see your work, if they want to find you and see the kinds of tattoos that you do, how can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram under India Ink Akron. And you can find me on Facebook in the same way under India Ink Akron. And then our website is India Inked, so INKED, indiainked.com.
Perfect.
This is the easiest way to find us is like under India Ink Akron.
All right. Are you working by yourself? Do you have other tattoo artists at your shop?
I have a pretty small shop.
Okay.
Really kind of micro shop, but I do have one other tattoo artist working with me by the name of Casey. She's an incredible artist and an incredible tattoo artist as well.
All right, I love that. Tell me some of the pieces you've done recently, or even in your past. What are some of the favorites?
Some of my favorites. Actually, one of my favorite tattoos I did on a colleague of mine, like when I first started tattooing, like right after I graduated my apprenticeship. It's a portrait of a woman, and she just kind of got her head back. But it's literally one of my favorite pieces, and I think that I will probably always be one of my favorite pieces. I recently got to do a portrait of a dog for a client of mine whose dog had passed away.
Aw, I love that.
His daughter had a nickname for the dog, so we put that under there as well. So far, it's become one of my favorite pieces because I haven't done a lot of like animal portraits.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to get to do that one. And I've done a couple that were really cool pieces that I really love, but that one that I did at the beginning of my career is probably so far my favorite piece.
Yeah, and I think one thing I actually love about tattoos, I have a few myself, and not for everyone, but for a lot of people, they're very meaningful. They've thought about it for a long time because it's going permanently on their body, and they want to, they want to know that someone is going to do a good job of, memorializing whatever they're putting on their body. And so I think it's really cool how you get to be a part of things like memorializing that dog.
Yeah,
or
it's actually amazing.
Yeah, it is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really a fun part about tattooing. So what other kinds of things do you do? Before we wrap up, I know you're not just a tattoo artist. No. I know some other stuff about you, but share with our viewers, you have another little side gig that you do.
I do a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
One of the main things that I do that I absolutely love doing is woodworking. I built every piece of wood furniture that's in my shop, from the credenza that houses all my tattoo supplies to the coffee table to the barn door that's hanging on the wall. In addition to the woodworking, I also am a singer-songwriter. I play acoustic guitar, and I've had some really incredible opportunities because of that.
Yeah.
That side of my life. I've been singing like since I could talk, and I come from a very musical family, so we've been doing this for a long time.
And so fun. So as a singer-songwriter, what's your style of music? People come out to see you.
I don't really know what I would call my style. I have a kind of raspy voice.
Okay. So maybe a little folky.
I love like R&B music.
R&B.
So it falls somewhere between like bluesy to R&B. So
Okay.
it's somewhere in there, and there's not a genre for that. So
No,
I'm
but
not
that's
sure what I
fine.
would call it, but
I like it.
I really love like Chris Stapleton,
All about crossing
Teddy
over.
Swims, and that sound, that kind of raspy bluesy sound. So
You have any shows coming up?
I don't have any shows coming up, but I
Okay.
did just get back from a little mini tour in Israel with an incredible group of musicians, and we did 8 shows in 7 days, I think.
Yeah.
That was
So
incredible.
we had the Akron for Israel tour here on the show, and
Yes.
so you can go back and watch that video and click the link to see some of what they did while they were in Israel. So, okay, that's awesome. So we can come see you as a musician. We
Yes.
can come see you as a tattoo artist. Do you
Yes.
sell your woodworking?
I do.
Okay.
So, please feel free to reach out to me. Like I have all that stuff is all in the same place when you reach out to me via my website or Instagram. You can find
love
all
that.
that information.
All right, so we can get a tattoo, we can go to a show, and we can buy a chair.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
I love it. Thank you so much, India.
Thank you very much.
I love to end the interviews kind of with some words of wisdom. I want you to think back to that time where you didn't have a job and you were looking for this new career. I want you to put yourself in that place and give some words of wisdom to the person that's in that place right now. They're struggling. Maybe they lost their job. They're not sure what to do in the future. What would you say to them?
Man, don't give up.
Yeah.
Like, really, in most cases, the only thing standing between you and where you want to be is you. It's that voice inside your head that tells you that you can't do something, but that voice is just as powerful to be able to tell you you can.
Yeah.
So trust yourself, trust your gut, and don't give up.
I love that. You got to keep pressing forward.
Thank you.
It's really good. Thank you, India. Go visit India at her tattoo parlor. Buy a chair or a table or an end table or whatever it is, and go see her music next time she has a show. We want to support our local artists here in Akron. And so thank you guys so much for watching Good Morning Akron. We'll put all of her information up so you can find her as well. Stay tuned. We've got more great stuff coming up next.